Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I actually wanted to do a quick update, and the update will be focused on a couple of things that I want to touch upon just quick and not really, get into too deeply. But with that, let's just go ahead and get started real quick. First thing is, I've got a lot of videos that are actually coming up and planned. Videos that you can kind of look forward to outside of just the reviews are niche for beginners, fragrances that I'm looking forward to, and again, a lot of this stuff is actually suggested from our other viewers and a lot of my subscribers, and I've kind of been jotting them down as we go just to kind of give it to you. But either way, so look out for niche for beginners, fragrances I'm looking forward to, putting a collection together. I want to put together a little bit more of an in-depth guide on how you would go about creating a collection. It would be more for beginners to the fragrance community, but fragrances that I want to buy, a summer guide to scents, basically, and fragrances for formal events right now. And the other thing is for reviews. I forgot which the subscriber was, but a subscriber specifically told me that it would be a good idea to go over and make sure that all the fragrances that are reviewed from Sephora, for example, and I actually do plan on doing that. I got some gifts. I got a gift actually from my girlfriend that actually came through of 4 fragrances that I actually can't wait to review. But it was it's like a travel pack or sample pack basically of the Cartier fragrances. So expect these to be, I'm gonna still have to do some work, so it's gonna at least take probably a month at least for me to get to these. But Cartier, the Eau de Toilette, the concentrate version, Declaration Soie, and what is it, just plain declaration? Yeah, just plain declaration. So expect these fragrances to be reviewed, as well as I want to do the whole Sephora lineup. And actually my goal is to review the entire Sephora lineup and make sure that's all done by the end of this year. So expect a little bit more of a focus on those. I'm still going to be mixing it up, but that's kind of what you're going to see. Now, the other thing I wanted to touch upon real quick on this video was how I do my ratings. Now, rating is something that I personally kind of like to shy away from. I keep it in there just because so many people ask for it. But the reason I shy away from it is because what you're not going to find among my ratings is a consistency amongst themselves almost. So some fragrances, when I give a rating, it's more from a purely objective standpoint. Some is more from a little bit more of a subjective standpoint. And whenever I know that I'm starting to put a little bit more of my opinion into it, I generally tell you guys that's what it is. Now, it matters because a good example is the latest review that I gave was for Allure Homme Sport. Allure Homme Sport, I give a 10. Now, a lot of the fragrances that I've reviewed before, I personally like better. I've given maybe 8s or 9s or even 7s for that matter. When I tend to give a rating, I try and think of it from, I take a whole bunch of things, but none of it is consistent. So for example, for a particular fragrance, let's just say, what's a good example? Muscat Vajor is a good example. Muscat Vajor is a fragrance that I happen to extremely love and love. I consider it a 10 fragrance. Now, if I'm to give it a rating, it's not going to get a 10. If I'm to give it a rating, it's probably going to get something, it's probably going to get, when I think of it, like an 8 or maybe a 7. And the reason I'm going to give it an 8 or a 7 is because I've noticed that not many people have the same reaction for the fragrance. I kind of get an overall feel for it, and it's not that other people don't have that reaction, but they have a visceral reaction, a visceral negative reaction for it. So it varies from fragrance to fragrance, but you'll never be able to take my fragrance as a rating and line them up and say, hey, this is what Cody likes and this is what Cody dislikes. It's going to vary from fragrance to fragrance. So if you're looking to kind of connect my reviews and put them in that linear fashion, be warned against it. It's not going to be the most ideal. All right, so that's about it. I'm going to be going to Florida and then Baltimore and then DC for a quick vacation for about a week. So if you're planning on purchasing anything from my site, understand that until I get back, I won't be able to ship anything out. And I've put a message up on my site as well for that same thing. Okay? So if you have any questions whatsoever, as always, leave a note down below, send me a message, do whatever you got to do. As always, also, keep requesting your videos, keep requesting your requests. You can do it off my main site. You can leave a message or a note in there. We'll see what I can do. All right? Take care of yourselves and have a great day.